to my channel. Today we are doing another foundation video. You guys have really been enjoying these, and so have I. So today's video is of course another drugstore foundation. It's not an affordable one though, and I'm testing it out with a primer. It is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, and then this primer was really interesting. Spotlight Illuminating Primer. When I swatched this in stores, I was like, yo, I need to try this out. So without further ado, let's get to testing these. Hold up, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the bell so you get a notification every time I upload an awesome video like this one. Okay, so as always, I'm gonna do the wear test today to see how long this foundation is gonna last and how it performs and that whole sort of vibe. But let's first look at the price. So when we look at the Spotlight primer, this one was actually $279.95, so it is a bit more pricey for a drugstore type of primer. It's also more pricey than the foundation because the foundation is actually $249.95. However, I do think if it's a good foundation, it's obviously worth it, so we'll give it a shot. But let's start with the primer. So it's an illuminating primer. It's gonna blur, correct and protect, infused with 5 filtering luminescent pulls to blur imperfections and deliver a spotlight glow, enriched with antioxidants. I love a drugstore product that is sealed because it just means that no one's dirty fingers could have gone into these. I know people always like open up products in store that are not testers. The packaging is also really beautiful. I mean, it's got like the rose gold and silver ombre lid, and it's a glass bottle which is matte finish, and then the print on here is also like silver vinyl. I think it's really beautiful to display on your dressing table if you want to go for that. Okay, I'm just gonna squirt some of this. Come on now, wherever you are. There we go. Oh, there we go. Squirt some of that on my finger, and then I'm just gonna apply it straight to the face. So it definitely... Oh, I don't like the smell. It smells like dough. You know when you were a kid and you used to play with dough and your hands would get so salty, like homemade dough? This is exactly what it smells like. Whew, okay, not a fan of the smell, but doesn't really, I wouldn't say it blurs out my pores that much. It does give me a luminous it feels like a tacky base, but it doesn't feel like very smooth. Well, a little bit, but not like a very smoothing primer usually would. So I think the whole idea with this is really the pearls inside that gives it that luminosity. So it gives it that Instagram filter type of look, or rather Snapchat filter look, but on the skin when you feel it, it doesn't make the skin feel smooth, although the tackiness I think is quite nice because your foundation will stick to it. But the smell, Okay, let's go for foundation. I didn't see a lot of shades. I just need to check online and see how many shades are available in this foundation, but I went with MW2, which is like a medium warm color because I am quite tanned at this moment. The other thing that I noticed on here, which is quite cool, is that it says vegan. So it's a vegan foundation. It's got an SPF of 20, brightening complex for all skin types. It says here that it's going to hydrate, brighten and even skin tone. Ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable and breathable formula, which I think is really cool. So this seems like it would be the perfect everyday foundation, but let's test it out and see. Okay, once again the packaging is pretty high end. You have some silver vinyl over here with some writing, a silver top lid thingy. Oh, does it turn? Oh, still a glass bottle. I was actually expecting a pump because I tried the little testers, so I didn't know, but this is very much like the Clinique foundation. It also has this sort of big applicator. I guess it's okay. We'll see how it applies. Okay, let's put on this foundation. Okay, I'm just gonna go straight in. This color is like perfect for me. I'm so happy I got the correct color. So I'm just applying it all over my skin. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Brush Crush foundation brush. I love this brush. Okay, the coverage is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the coverage, and it seems like a very dewy foundation. It's actually really beautiful. Covers well, it matches my skin tone perfectly, especially because I've got such a warm undertone in my skin. Sometimes it's difficult finding a foundation that actually matches my undertone. The texture of the foundation is a bit more thicker. It's not a very liquidy foundation, but it actually blends out effortlessly. It's super easy to blend. It covers really well. Like, I almost feel like I don't have to go in with a second layer, because I kind of want to go for that healthy natural glow look today. It's definitely got a luminosity to it. I'm not sure if it's the primer that's actually peeking through the foundation, or if the actual foundation also has a bit of a luminous glow to it. I think they said here on the packaging that it brightens and evens skin tone, and it hydrates. So that is great for winter, because I usually struggle with dry skin during winter. So I think if you struggle with the same thing, this would probably be a foundation for you. I'll put some extra underneath my eyes. I think something that's really cool is that I would definitely purchase a lighter color and actually use this as a highlighter underneath the eyes instead of using concealer. The benefit with that is that you can also mix those two shades together when your color keeps on changing. So in summer, when we're a bit darker, we can use the darker shade, and in winter, going into winter, we can transition into the lighter shade, which is one of my favorite things to do with foundations. I love the look of this foundation. When I do touch it, it does transfer a little bit. I don't know if I should give it some time to dry. I do feel that I need to set this with a little bit of powder, because when I touch my skin, it feels quite sticky, and I do see a little bit of foundation transferring. I think it's because it's a hydrating formula and it's supposed to glow and stuff like that, but I just like going in with a powder just to really set my face, and then I go in with a setting spray to melt in that powder so the glowiness comes out, but your makeup won't transfer. I've always been a big believer in setting your foundation using techniques like this with setting spray and powder. I would never really leave a foundation as is. Sometimes with my super matte foundations like Urban Decay All Nighter, I might do that and only set on certain areas where I touch my face a lot. But this is just how I like testing out a foundation, and this is how I see how long it actually lasts. It's such a beautiful foundation. I'm absolutely loving it. The test is to see how long it will actually last, but so far I don't have anything bad to say about it. Okay, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. So one thing I forgot to mention is that I actually really like the smell of this. I can't tell if it's got a vanilla sort of scent to it, but it smells pretty sweet, and it smells not like Play-Doh. Who is this foundation for? Is it for every skin tone? I do believe so, because it's not too dewy that it would look oily on oily skin. However, I would suggest setting it with a powder if you do have oily skin, but actually this is perfect for someone who needs that hydrated look. Especially for me, I do have under eyes that are a little bit dehydrated, and this foundation actually looks beautiful underneath my eyes. The price tag is a little bit more than your usual drugstore foundations, but you still get your 30 mils, and if this foundation lasts the whole day, I would definitely say that it's a good buy. So we are going to put it to the test. I'm going to wear it for the full day and see how it performs, and I'll check in with you guys. I applied my makeup at 9 o'clock, so let's see how it goes. My nail technician moved into a new place, so I couldn't find something that I really wanted for her, so I thought about something she might be able to use, and I actually just got her like a whole bunch of stock of Hug in a Mug and cappuccino and Milo and hot chocolate and all these things, because I know this is definitely something she'll use. I hope she likes it.
Gebruik en dit nodig hê.
En is die regte tyd van die jaar? Okay, I'm at an event now. It is 12:20 and this makeup is still looking bomb. My skin looks super glowy. The coverage is still great. Everything looks still. It's okay, we all eat, it's normal. And then those two are choosing the hair products. Hallo julle, kyk soms weer. Okay, dat was so lekker weekend. Okay, so it is now 2:30 and my makeup is still looking flawless. Like, it's still covered and you can see my skin just has a beautiful glow to it. I'm actually impressed. I'm really impressed. It is now 5:30 and makeup is still perfectly in place. No patchy bits. My lipstick looks horrible, sorry, I need to touch that up. But you can see it still looks flawless, still has like that glowy look to the skin. So it is now almost 12 o'clock. I'm so tired. We just got home, but my foundation's still popping. That is more than 12 hours away. You can see some of my little freckles on the nose started coming off, but the rest of the face kind of still looks okay. So I guess it's safe to say this foundation is actually amazing and I'm so in love with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. I'm gonna shower and get straight into bed. I love you guys. Until next time, stay sweet.